94 Rocks, Jay-Z backstage at Rockfest in Cadott, Wisconsin. It is officially day number 1. Of course, yesterday was the bash day. Today is day number 1, the full day of music, and I'm sitting with the guys from Sleep Theory, one of the, I would have to say, hottest bands right now on active rock radio. I had a chance last year to talk to Paolo. Good to see you. Colin is here. We've got Ben here also, and Daniel is here. That's right. I'm trying to remember all the names. Got 3 out of the 4. I think I'm doing okay. I'd be right now a Hall of Famer, just like Joe Mauer. He's going in this weekend for the Minnesota Twins. Hey, I want to get right. First of all, start with Colin here. Let's talk about this band a little bit and how it's just exploded. Last year I had a chance to talk to Paolo. Your song Numb was out, doing very well on rock radio. That just blew up. And then obviously now your new song here, Fallout. How has this success been going? I mean, talk about it. What are you feeling like with this campaign that you guys have done over the last year?
The same thing as last year. It's just extremely humbling, extremely exciting, and we're happy that everybody's receiving the music that we've been writing, and we're glad that the vision that we've had has been received so well. It's really humbling. It's very cool to take a product that we've been working on and then putting it out and just people receiving it.
And I talked to you, Paolo, last year. It's hard to break into this industry. It's not easy. We talked about it. I know that you're overseas where you're from and that, and a lot of cool bands over there that you've seen grow up over the years and that. You guys are becoming one of those cool bands right here in the U.S. What does it feel like to be one of those kind of bands?
To be honest, we're still the same people. Like, I admire all those artists that I listened to before, and sharing the stage with some of my favorites is really like humbling, and it's fun. I get to meet them, I get to talk to them sometimes, and yeah.
How about you, Dan? Let's talk about you for a minute, and your role in this band and how it is just taken off for you guys. Talk about Sleep Theory a little bit and what's kind of behind the scenes that people don't know about this band.
Oh gosh, I don't know if you want to know what's behind the scenes. No, it's kind of like how Paolo said. Like, we're just a bunch of goofballs, man. Like, behind the scenes, like we like to carry ourselves like well, like we do, but we always want to be approachable to fans, to anybody that we meet. Like we're still who we are. So I don't know.
Well, you said goofballs and kind of unpredictable. Isn't that normally the drummer, though, that's that way? Isn't that normally that, Ben? I'm sitting over going to talk to Ben now, because normally the drummers are a little bit out there, aren't they? Am I right on that, or what? Exactly. See, these guys are laughing. So, how have you guys been able to handle the success so quickly? Because, it doesn't come very easy to many bands, and you guys have really taken off.
Yeah, we just take it one day at a time, with like posts and stuff. We used to stress a lot on, these guys are still laughing at me. Anyways, I know. But yeah, one day at a time. We try not to stress too hard on things, but just like making sure we like hit the standard that we set for each. We each have different standards personally, but as a band, we have a standard too that we try to hit. So
very cool.
Sticking with that.
You're up next, Colin. We got to chat. Let's talk about the new song Fallout. Obviously, Numb really put you on the map. With Fallout, I don't know. It's getting close to number 1. What do you think about this song?
Oh man, it's been great. We whenever a lot of people are always like, oh man, this sounds like Sleep Theory. I swear, one of the comments the other day said, oh, Sleep Theory is like, what is a conversational? Hey, Linkin Park, can we copy your homework? Like, oh man, don't copy it too close though. That we like have, Fallout. It's meant to be a song that is like a wink at Linkin Park. It's written in that way, like intentionally, because Linkin Park is a big influence for us. So we just wanted to do something that was, in our own tasteful way, but also at the same time, it's just kind of like a wink at like, hey, these guys were big influences for us, and we love them for their music and what they've done for us, as musicians. And so let's write a song, kind of towards that. And, whenever we were writing Fallout, it was just like, we just knew it was something special. You know, same thing for a lot of the songs. It's just like you get that feeling. You just kind of like, yeah, this is gonna do the thing. You know, so it was really cool. And actually, Fallout was gonna be the release before Numb was. It was gonna be Fallout, because at first it was Another Way, and then it was gonna be Fallout. But decided to, and this was before the you know, Epitaph and all the record labels came in. But we decided to pull back on that and save it, and then we released Numb. So that was really cool.
You mentioned Epitaph, the record labels, and just everybody's just kind of been coming at you. How do you process the whole thing right now?
You don't. You just go with it, man. I'm not one to process anything. I just go. I'm on a river on a floaty, bro. I just float.
How are other bands in the industry receiving you guys?
Everybody's been really kind, you know. At first, of course, there's always competition, and I'm a person that loves competition. I love friendly competition. I love not friendly competition. But everyone has been extremely kind, extremely helpful, extremely, you know, they've given advice and things of that sort. And so, you know, when we were coming in and we're the new guys that just blew up out of nowhere, and then a lot of bands have been working for years, and it's just like we've just gone so fast. You know, we thought it would be like you know, who are these, you know, young bucks that are like wet behind the ears that don't know anything. But everybody's been extremely supportive, extremely happy for us, and just been giving us all types of advice, and it's been great.
Let's talk about rock radio just for a minute. How big has rock radio been for you? I know Sirius was a big push for you guys, so obviously them, but I'm sure now you're getting played on all stations nationwide too. How important has it been for you guys?
Oh man, you know, it's been absolutely great. It's been extremely humbling. Everybody's received us really well, and you know, you guys support us, and we appreciate that. So shout out to 94. It's been great, man. We really appreciate everybody that just gives us the amount of love they give.
All right. Who's kind of the, I guess, lack of better words, the guys that's really pulling the strings of this band? Is it all four of you guys? Is it all four of you? Okay, so next venture coming up. What's coming up next for this band, Paulo? Obviously, you've got Numb that did very well. Fallout still playing right now. But what's the next venture for this band, touring-wise? Maybe another album down the road? What are we looking at? All this stuff here.
We just released a new song today. It's called Stuck in My Head. Yeah, it's out now. You can stream it on all platforms. We're writing the album, and it's coming up. We can't say, yeah, you know.
You almost slipped up, Paulo.
So
coming up sometime in the fall, in the winter, in the future. Okay.
But we're getting there. We're all getting there. We got some tours coming up soon, but we're not allowed to mention it yet.
I understand. Yeah. I get that. Sometimes I get an artist, I almost slip up. I almost got you. You look like the slip up guy, so that's why I went right to you. Okay, so. Well, I talked to you last year, so. But yeah, so you've got some things coming up and some really cool things, I'm guessing, Colin, that's out there. And what, I guess, is your vision of this band for the future? What is the next step for you? Where do you want to see this band in 5 years?
In 5 years, man, forget 5 years. In the next 2 years, we want to be, I would say, arena band. You know, like, we're going to see how fast we can actually get there. You know, like, competitive, man. Yeah. We want to see how fast we can get there, man. As far as the album, we can say that every song has been written strategically to where it makes sense, but they all sound different, but all the same at the same time. Like, if you play one song at the end versus the first song, it's going to be like, this is still Sleep Theory, but these are two different sounds. But if you play them in order of the way that we're going to have them mapped out, it's going to make sense. You know, we don't want to be a band that's like closed into any genre. We want to be a band that is, you know, like, wow, these guys have done this, and like it's not surprising that they've done a pop song and then released a metal song, because at the end of the day, it still comes together and it's still Sleep Theory. You know, like we just released Stuck in My Head, which is a pop song, but it still sounds Sleep Theory, you know. And then the next song that we're gonna release it's In Your Face, but it still sounds Sleep Theory. And it's just like, we want to keep that thing where if we do an R&B song, people are like, oh yeah, that's just what they do. Like, oh, they did a pop, oh, that's just what they do. Oh, they just threw down another like, metal track, oh, that's what they do. You know, so it goes through. We want people to it be an adventure. Anytime they see us live, anytime they hear the album, it just makes people think. I think too many bands take the albums and they just think of, oh, let's make this album like metal, and then they all sound. Let's take the songs and make it an adventure of emotions, and there's just like you're constantly yanked back and forth. Not even yanked, but you're flowing back and forth. Yeah. That's what we want.
Nice. Well, I know you've got lots of things going on today, and I can't take any more of your time. But first of all, Colin, Paulo, Dan, and Ben, thanks so much for hanging out with me just for a minute. And thanks so much for playing for these fans here today at Rockfest. It's going to be a great time. I know it is. You guys were here last year. You enjoyed it, and it should be fun once again. So once again, guys, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us, man.
Thank you.
All right. Once again, that's the guys from Sleep Theory, Jay-Z, rocking out backstage at Rockfest here on 94 Rocks.